Inspector Linley is back, but when he discovers the body of a young man on a lonely stretch of coastline, the inspector becomes a witness and possibly a suspect.
When Careless and Red opens, it is almost 3 months after Helen Linley's death. And what the book is looking at is the emergence of Linley from this horrible circumstance of his wife's death, the tremendous amount of grief that he feels, and all of the other range of feelings that one would have when a spouse dies under such horrible circumstances, and especially when you are the person who has to pull the plug on them, which is what happened in an earlier book with No One as Witness. The reward of doing this series this way is that I have an opportunity to explore the lives of the continuing characters. I liked writing the book prior to this, a book called What Came Before He Shot Her, because it gave me an entirely different challenge, and I always like to challenge myself when I'm writing a novel. But being away from my main characters for the period of time it took me to write that novel was put me in a position of really missing them. I think that Linley and Havers make a great team because they are such polar opposites, and they were created to be that way too. In the creation of Linley, I realized that I was coming up with a character who was probably pretty unbelievable and probably unlikable as well, because it's hard really to like a character who has everything going for him. So I created a character to be a vehicle through which the reader's dislike could be channeled, and that's called prescribing the reader's symptom. And what that means is the reader's being invited to dislike a character so that when the reader finally sees the character, they don't dislike them. And so the vehicle was Barbara Havers, because Barbara Havers is a great deal of fun for me to write because she's so irreverent and she's such an edgy character, and edgy characters are always a lot more fun to write than are the more conventional straight characters.